Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to 6 games I played so you don't have to. So we do lots of reviews here in the Dice Tower, and not everything I think needs to get a full review, and these are 6 games that I don't particularly enjoy. Now honestly, you might like them, or you might even be interested in them. I'm just going to give you my quick thoughts on them because these are 6 games that I'm not particularly happy with at all. So I'm going to go kind of from best to worst in a sense. So first we have Prehistories. Now this is from 25th Century, and I like a lot of what 25th Century does. They put out a lot of fantastic games. This one though was a miss for me. In this one, there's some weird things like stacking tiles of different shapes on top of each other. But in this one, you're playing cards and you're trying to get different tiles, and then you place these tiles on your board. And the placing the tiles on your board is a pseudo Tetris-y, polyomino type game. But getting the tiles and playing the cards, it just felt not that particularly interesting. There was not a lot of as strong interaction between players, more like I just took what you wanted, so now redo your whole turn. And the whole thing just did not come together in a very pleasant way for me. So this is one I could see some people enjoying who are watching this, but for me, this was not one I liked much at all. Then we have 15 Minutes to Self-Destruct. So 15 Minutes to Self-Destruct is a game that is, well, 15 minutes. You need an app. Although you don't really need an app, your app is essentially just going to be a 15-minute timer. And you have a bunch of people who you're moving around, you're putting out tiles, flipping over tiles to find locks, rolling dice to match these locks so that you can open them on your board. The whole thing is really just luck. As you roll dice, you're hoping to get the combos that you can open doors up. You get special abilities that you'll be able to do different things with and open gates, but the gates are also shutting randomly. There's just too much randomness in it, and also doesn't look that great. The board is not easy to find the numbers on it. I was just not very impressed with it. 15 minutes is not a long time for a game, but I want there to be some semblance of order, and there's pretty much none in this game. All right, then we have Dice Hunters of Therion. So this is from Amigo, and it's from Richard Garfield, and go figure. Here I am saying something bad about a Richard Garfield game, but the fact of the matter is, this one here is you're rolling dice attempting to catch creatures. And in fact, this game is very similar to a very popular game called Loot. In Loot, you play cards on different things, and when it comes back to your turn, if you have the highest card there, it's yours. This is the same thing, except you roll dice. And by rolling dice, you can get better dice and stuff. But here's the fact of the matter. If you roll well, you win. If you don't roll well, you won't. And it definitely kind of has a rich get richer runaway problem type thing. So it's not particularly long. It says 30 minutes on here, and I think you could play even faster than that. But I just don't see this one being interesting at all. It's just too lucky. All right, then we have Chonky Donkey. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, Tom, that's an obvious choice for this video. I don't know. I like a lot of stuff Gamewright does. I'm a big fan of Gamewright. So I played Chonky Donkey with, I think, possibly the greatest audience you can play this with, and that's kids, because this is essentially make me laugh. You're going to basically, everyone has to, there's a question, and everyone answers that question, like, what's my favorite food? And then you draw a card, and you'll, or here, what do your parents call you when you're in trouble? And then everybody has to give an answer here. Chunky salsa, clumps of kitty litter, saggy diapers. And you can't laugh or even smile. If you do so, then you're busted, and so on. That's the whole game. So it's make me laugh while saying stupid things. What do your parents call you when you get in trouble? Saggy diapers. That could be funny. In the right group, possibly. But you kind of got to be a little tipsy already, a little sleep deprived or drunk or whatever it is. And it just, I don't think it works at all, really. It's just, and there's, maybe for, I don't know, maybe like a frat party or something. But I mean, we were making each other laugh just because we're making faces at each other. But I don't think that was the game that was doing that. Then we have Prosperity. Well, despite me not liking the name of this game, it's beautiful. It has tea as its theme. That's cool. You're collecting resources and then spending these resources to make teas. And the resources are different cards and so on. But the game is just too random. You collect a card. You then or you can collect more cards if you pay money. You then spend cards to fulfill a tea recipe. If you can't do it, you can ask other people to help you. If they help you, you still get the tea recipe, which you can sell for money or points, and they get a token that they can use as a wild in the future. Okay, so there's a little bit of that help. But whether you do a recipe or not, if you do a recipe, you take one off the table. If you don't, you just discard one. So you look around and see what other people have collected and discard one that they can do. So random. And it feels like the people who made this have they love tea. I get that from the game. You leave this game wanting to drink tea. In fact, when I got the pledge of this on Kickstarter, I got some tea with it. That's nice. But the game itself is a very simple set collection game with then just too much chaos with these cards disappearing all the time. So I cannot recommend it. And then finally, Farmerstein, a crazy vegan game. And I'm not really sure why it's a vegan game, because it has nothing to do with being a vegan. It's just that vegetables have turned into zombies and monsters. Ha 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 ha. That's funny. And you know what? The game is just too chaotic. You're collecting different colors of vegetables, or same colors or different colors take over the world by playing a bunch of take that cards on each other. You lose a turn. The first time I played this, I made someone lose a turn, and then when it came back to me, I made them lose a turn again. That's terrible game design right there. That person is not having fun. And the cards that I played to make them lose a turn help me win also. So you're encouraged to play these negative cards on each other. I know there's some people who like these style of games, to take that games, but I'm not one of them. And this, from all 6 of these, was the worst of the lot. Hey, but you know what? It's possible some of you think these games are the bee's knees. So let people know in the comments. I don't know everything about games. Lots of other people might know things, but these are my thoughts. These are 6 games I don't think people should check out, but maybe other people have different opinions. Let me know. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.